living weapons against the machines that destroyed us. Across the galaxy, forces are uniting. New allies are rising from the flames.
Stellaris will be welcoming 3 new expansions in 2025. They are Biogenesis, Shadows of the Shroud, as well as Infernals. And it looks like Genetic and Psionic Ascension are going to get the Machine Age makeover. And considering how good Machine Age is, this makes me really, really excited. And on top of that, it looks like the developers are finally doubling down on crisis paths. No longer will we have something like Cosmic Storms. No, they're going to double down on crises because it's 9 years into the development of the game, and clearly it's now finally time to actually allow players to finish the game on their own style. Regardless, we're going to go and take a look at the expansions today, starting with Biogenesis. Biogenesis is completely bioengineering focused. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Mutation, ascensions, new tradition tree, which is where we're going to start off. Apparently, the mutation tree is going to be changed, or at least somewhat introduced. If we go into the game right now, if we go in and say we want to play as robots and we want to have the machine age stuff here as robots, as soon as you hit the particular situation, you have the opportunity to go for modularity, nanotech, or virtuality, and basically going down into any of these paths. It feels like Genetic Ascension is also going to go in towards this direction. However, the Death Diary only speaks of 1 tree and it's mutable, which feels like based on your actions, I think the trees may change. They'll be mutationable, which makes sense, because they're part of a biological system, which I think is really cool. An extension of that, other things that are mutable are the new ship sets. There is 2 ship sets coming with the game. And if you're familiar with what the stuff is that has been going on so far with Stellaris, is that we've already seen buildable creatures in space. And that is something that looks like they're going to be building on with the new ship sets, except the ships will be developing slowly over time, and you can change them based on the biological traits. Now, I'm just hoping that it's nothing going to be like, oh, this is an eye laser, which is just effectively just another another gun on an eyeball or something along those lines, but something a little bit more in depth and something a little bit more unique, because oh boy, do we need a lot more uniqueness in the game at this moment in time. So who knows? 2 new evolving ship sets. There is also a new crisis path, and I'm so excited that the developers are finally doubling down on the crisis paths, because I really, really like Cosmogenesis and everything around that, and seeing more. We're going to see like 2 more this particular season, which is great. The new one is called Behemoth Fury. I have no idea what it is. They're not talking about anything what it is about, but the name implies that there's a lot of rage. So who knows, maybe we can turn into the ultimate devouring swarm. Maybe you can, in fact, turn into the Tyranids and take the entire galaxy by storm. Wouldn't that be something? Like, just the wave of flesh taking the enemy by surprise, or something along those lines. There will be 3 new origins. There will be evolutionary predators, which unlocks it allows you to unlock and combine phenotype abilities. So for those of you who don't know what phenotypes are, if you go into your species, a phenotype in this particular case would be machine, and then their unique abilities will be, in this case, unique machine abilities. However, with the biologicals, you can have the plantoids abilities, the humanoid abilities, the lithoids, yada yada. And it feels like you're going to be able to play as the Kroot, take those pops, steal them, reverse engineer them, and then take their traits and then apply them to your species. So basically, you'll have an endless list here. By the way, they're adding 16 new species traits to the game, which is extensive, to say the least. 16 new species traits. That is badass. Second origin, wilderness. if you know what a genius loci is, it's a basically the concept is it's a place with a spirit. A genius loci in this particular case, as in the wilderness, is that you play not just as a species, not just as a planet, but as a sentient star system. If you're familiar with, say, like endless space, and you know that you can stretch your tendrils out to other places, it kind of feels like that, because you know, it's the Unfallen, you can play as that. It's pretty interesting, but we kind of already have a similar like that in the game with Tree of Life. So who knows, maybe you'll be able to expand your hive mind, your gestalt, throughout the galaxy in one way, shape, or form as a sentient thing. Guardians of the Galaxy comes to mind as well, where there is this big planet thing who decides to be everything, or something along those lines. Could be interesting, could be have an interesting spin on the bad or the not so bad. The third one, Starlit Citadel. It's themed around a choke point structure called the Deep Space Citadel. Now, for those of you who don't know what the choke node is a system like this. So that's just survey question mark. Yeah, we can do survey. So we got a system like this, which has only entry points into another section of space. So this is a choke node. So what will happen here probably is there will be a station in here, or a defense platform, or something along those lines that allows you to hold the line. This very much feels like something like a tower defense in space sort of situation. Could be cool. I do like myself a good tower defense game, so you know, that'd be nice, especially if you're going to get constantly invaded. This would be a terrible choke node, actually. There's only two end systems over here, but yeah, being able to, oh wow, okay, this is the choke node right here. That's the one to hold things back. So that could be really interesting. There's also going to be 6 new civics, so yeah, tons of more civics being added to the game. 6 more with a variety of flavors, as well as new authorities. So if you're familiar with Machine Age, you can actually change your government type in the Machine Age to a more quote-unquote advanced thing. Now, if you're familiar with Stellaris 1.0 all the way up to, I want to say, 1.8, there used to be far more advanced unlockable government types in there, but now you'll be having those for biologicals as well. So that is incredibly cool. I'm really looking forward to this. This is going to come out on May 5th in combination with the 4.0 beta. By the way, if you want to try out the 4.0 beta, it's what I am on right now. You can play it right now. So that's pretty cool. Let's move on towards the next expansion, which is Shadows of the Shroud. So the second expansion that we had in Season 8 was Cosmic Storms. Wasn't received very well, but now we're going to be seeing Shadows of the Shroud, which is going to see a full overhaul of the Shroud and Psionics system. So basically, you'll be able to dip into the Shroud a little bit more, but there's going to be a new screen which allows you to attune to the Shroud, allowing you to get new powers. Apparently, the end of cycle is going to be overhauled. Now, for those of you who don't know what the end of cycle is, if you can get in touch with the Shroud, there is a small chance that you can get in touch with a new Overlord who is the end of cycle. It will give you a power boost for 50 years, and after that, the whole galaxy dies. Or you die, basically. But the whole point is that you get hyper-powered. And this is a reworked Crisis Path. Let's not ignore this. This is going to be just a new Crisis Path in disguise. Basically reworking the end of cycle as a new Crisis. I love it. Love everything about it. It's going to be great. It's going to be Origins. It's going to be civics. There's going to be new ships. But it's all end of cycle. It's all Shroud. It's all mind bullets and space wizards. I love it. I love everything about it. And we're going to be seeing that sometime later in the year. Somewhere between July, August, September, the third quarter if you're a financial person. So that's kind of the gist there. Then finally we have our species pack for the year. It's going to be called Infernals, which once again will have a new Crisis Path. I love it. I love everything about it. It's gonna be new Origins. There's going to be new planets, volcanic worlds. Now, for those of you who are not aware how it works at the moment, there are no volcanic worlds in the game. There are these ones, these weird-ass molten worlds, but maybe you can do something with those if you are, in fact, an Infernal. That would be really cool. Maybe the crisis will be something along the lines of, let's melt all the planets in the galaxy. Let's glass everything that is in sight. There will be new ships coming with it. There will be coming new civics, origins, and it kind of was already pseudo-leaked a little while back because apparently it was in the beta files already. But yeah, that will be coming in as the last one of this year, and we'll be taking the same place that the last expansion, for the name eludes me at the moment, will be taken, or Grand Archive, obviously, it will be taking that place at the end of the year, in either October, November, or December, Q4 for all your financial analysts. And yeah, that's the gist. That is Season 9 for Stellaris. It's almost 10 years in. Basically, on the anniversary of Stellaris, around May 5th, we'll be getting the very first expansion, which of course is Biogenesis. We'll be covering this over the next few weeks until it drops. It's basically 6 weeks away until we get there, and that's very, very quick. But we'll see how it is going to go. In the meantime, though, now you can get these expansions separately as they come out and, after we've reviewed them, or you can buy them as the Season 9 bundle for $44.99 USD and or local equivalent. If you decide to take the bundle option, you will save 20% on the whole package. Now, Paradox has been so kind to restart their affiliate program as well, which allows creators like myself to get a percentage of each sale that is generated through a link in the description below. If you decide to use that link, it will take you to the Paradox store, where if you decide to pull the trigger, any purchase will support the channel. Of course, you will then receive a Steam key, which you can then use to activate your expansion or pack. Another option is to go to the Paradox store and use the code ASpecStellaris at checkout. Just be aware that it is in fact case sensitive, so I put it down in the description below as well, so you can just copy paste it over once you get to the discount section in the web store. So if you want to support the channel and you were going to get the bundle anyway, then please use the link in the description below. We'll be keeping a close eye on Season 9, starting, of course, with Biogenesis next week. But in the meantime, we're going to go and wrap it up here. Until next time, take good care of yourselves and, as always, each other.